Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and first and foremost, I want to apologize to the people that sat through this video for 13 minutes almost, and I had no sound. I'm on the road, guys. The USB thing on this sometimes comes loose. I can't see your comments right over there at all. Like, at all, I can't see it. I can just see right now a frozen me, for instance, from far away because we're on the studio floor. And we're trying to do the best with what we got while we're on the road over in Iowa, trying to find a new home. Now, all that being said, what I came here to talk about was the term rest in power. Okay? I don't like it. I don't think it's a good thing. And I have to ask, why in the world are we now celebrating power over peace when somebody passes away, no matter who it is? And especially when it's associated with king, right? To me, there aren't a lot of kings out there that didn't oppress people, cause war, mistreat the masses, right? And when you think about it, who are the people in power right now? And how did they get into power aside from bloodlines, nepotism? Well, being sociopaths most of the time. That's how you get to power. And we celebrate that without even knowing it. You know, most people think that they're good people because maybe they go to church once a year, right? Or they donate to a certain cause, or they wear a certain t-shirt, or they post the right things on the internet. But then they don't look at what they're really celebrating in this infotainment, celebritard, plastic person culture that they've been cultivated around. This social media ideal where it's constantly just you clicking something and putting it in your face and causing vanity and narcissism on a level that your mind can no longer even comprehend. So then somebody who's in the rap game, or who was a journalist that exposed something or spoke about something, or somebody that came up, rest in power. I constantly say, rest in power. Rest in power. Well, I know that when I go, I want to rest in peace, because peace is the ultimate power that's within ourselves to give to others, to spread to others as a message, not only through words, but actions, right? Because I believe we as individual human beings, we have a great amount of power within ourselves that is constantly being suppressed by that predator class at the top. And we're going to talk about all of this stuff, the inversion of reality, the word king and how we use it today, and how we really need to take a step back, right, and realize that what we should be thriving for is reaching out to one another, even if they have differing opinions, and being able to have an open dialogue about those opinions, and then still respecting another human being's opinion. But we'll get to all that in a moment. Guys, what you heard may be some of the most harmful content on YouTube right now. We've been demonetized now, yes, 4.5 months. No, five, is it 5.5 months? It's in April. So no, 4.5 months we've been demonetized, right? And we got the channel reviewed over 3.5 months ago. Again, without you, I couldn't be doing this. $5, $10, $15, it means the world to me. Big donors couldn't be doing anything without you. I mean, I'm in Iowa right now, and for these places I'm looking at, you know, it's $3,000 minimum to put down, probably $3,500 for some of them. That doesn't even include my next month's rent, because this is starting in October. That doesn't include the U-Haul, the moving costs. So I need your support now more than ever. We're running out of time in the month, but that's okay. All those that have donated to, big thank you, big ups to you guys for constantly supporting me. We're going to get to this tweet that I put out that I think sums up the situation, but make sure you're following me on Twitter for that and other news stories. You can also support me on Rockfin. It's like a Netflix for creators. So if you endorse Jason Burmis, you get all the premium content from people like Sam Tripoli, Jimmy Dore, Nico House, The Convo Couch, and then MMA superstars like John Fitch, Ben Askren, and others. You get training lessons from Duke Rufus if you want to learn how to strike. It's really a cool platform, and it's right up my alley. So even if you're not a premium member, this is where I'll be if they take me off of YouTube. And you can create a free account and follow my free stuff. And there's a ton of great free content. As you can see, Jimmy Dore stuff and the Convo Couch above me is all free right now. So go check that out. It's a great platform for different views and mindsets over there. And remember, guys, all my documentary films, they're free in the playlist section. Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture. Share them with all those that you can. So now let's get into this idea of power. All right? Unfortunately, in society, we have drifted away from peace. All right? Look at what we've done in other nations that most of the population in the United States is completely apathetic to or utterly uninformed on the flip side. You wonder, again, why we're in this situation. Well, let me sum up that tweet now. Let me go there. Okay? Because I think I did a pretty good job of saying, we need to look inwardly and really start changing ourselves. Rest in power is a disgusting slogan. Why are we celebrating power over peace? You wonder why a sociopathic transhumanist predator class is in power and controlling the narrative right now? Take a look at the real values of yourself and those that surround you, not perceived ones. Right? Because we all want to think we're good people. But let's get down to the business. We're not. I'm not. I've done awful things. Okay? I know I've done awful things. All right? I try every day to be a better person. That doesn't mean tomorrow I'm going to be better than I am today. I can try. I certainly know right from wrong. I certainly know when I'm trying to do a good thing, right? And that's why this whole thing is perfect for 1984, because we often invert reality, right? We put value on things that should not be valued. We do it all the time, right? Like, why is getting a bunch of likes on a picture of your food more important than maybe opening the door for a stranger, holding that open, or helping somebody with their groceries? If you see your neighbor on the sidewalk, you happen to be out there and they've got a bunch and taking those in. Or just a complete stranger. Well, it's not. But again, during this COVID 1984 stuff, aside from certain people being in fear and masking up and keeping like 6 feet away, now it's one of those situations, like several times this has happened to me, going to the elevator here. When I go to the elevator and I see somebody else, I'm like, hey, you're more than welcome to come in. And they're terrified. They're like, no, I'm okay. Actually, someone got in the elevator with me today. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Also holding the door for somebody now. Things that used to build character. You tell people to look somebody in the eye, shake their hand. Shook a couple hands today. Went and saw a couple properties here. And, those guys had no problem shaking my hand. They weren't wearing a mask. Okay? And those are the kind of values I want. And not only does the real power come from within, but it's within the human relationships and networks you build with others, right? Based in love, based in understanding, based in knowing also that you are a hypocrite, you do bad things, but again, you got to strive for better and teach better, right? And ultimately, hopefully, love is the way to go. But that's not what these people want. They want you to worship what? Material items. They want you to worship money, possessions, things. It's not human beings that matter. It's the things that you can get as a human being by taking advantage of other people. And that's the truth. And that's why I don't like this slogan at all. You wonder why a guy like Bill Gates is telling you, by the way, I want to show this story really quick. We're going to do a full video on it. But, telling you how we're going to act, well, he's a billionaire, okay? He's bought influence. Perception is reality, right? And this is a great one. This is the Columbia Journalism Review. This is something you can share with your friends and family to show you how he's bought off the media through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So, guys like him and Michael Bloomberg and George Soros and Warren Buffett and Ted Turner and Oprah Winfrey, Henry Kissinger, they can be part of the good guys club. They're good guys. They care so much. But in reality, they're not good at all. They're concerned about what? Consolidating power. And they're not concerned about you and yours. And they don't want you, and this is the important part, to be concerned about those around you, or even yourself for that matter. They want you to go with trends, go with what's cool, right? Constantly feel, under-acknowledged, unimportant, needing more and more and more and more attention, right? Striving to be some kind of a social media influencer, okay? Always feeling like you might miss out on the next big thing, so you better jump on the next train. Being obedient. That's what they like. You know, following the paths they choose, following the movements they choose. That's how you rest in power. Well, I'll tell you what, again, and with the king thing, right? We want to call it, yeah, king, get him, king. What? I don't like kings. Most kings, again, beheaded people, raped. I mean, caused war, destruction, you know? And to this day, you look at royalty, and now you're supposed to act like there is no royalty or nepotism out there, like the royal family in England doesn't control anything, even though Prince Andrew, right, aside from his connections with Epstein and even, you know, Bill Gates' connection with Epstein, he's got enough money and power and influence to just make that go away, and he still gets to tell you what to do, right? That he's going to get awards. And by the way, Prince Andrew is also their arms dealer. Who's he cutting arms deals with? Saudi Arabia. Oh, they have kings too over there still. Is that a good thing? Should we be celebrating that? Get him, king. Rest in power, king. No, we need to come together with peaceful dialogue amongst one another and get all this little shit out of the way and realize that that doesn't really matter. That there is a super class of people that are sociopathic predators that will do everything to oppress us through putting us in a hermetic upside down where literally our reality is completely inverted and the wrong things are celebrated, and to them the good things, the real power, the peace that's within all of us, right, is completely suppressed. That's how I feel about it. So guys, hopefully I didn't conk out and my audio worked the entire time. Thumbs this up, subscribe, and share. Remember, without you guys, I could not do this, so please do consider hitting the GoFundMe up. I'm going to try to do that Gates video today. I'm over in the hotel, unless I get another text message from one of these places. That's what I'm doing. I think I'm going to hit the road back to New York tomorrow, and then I'm going to make the decision on which place I'm going to try to pull the trigger on. They all have background checks, so hopefully all that will go well. And October 1st, it looks like it's Iowa for me. Again, a couple places were really cool, really nice, would fit my lifestyle very well here. And by the way, it's incredible for me to just sit amongst human beings here without a mask or people in fear. People wonder why I'm in Iowa. It's because I'm going to places like the Purgatory Pub where no one's running away from me or wearing a mask inside. And I can have a beer and a delicious burger and a laugh. And I can watch the bizarro world that's going on around me and say, why is this happening? Because we need to question more during COVID-1984. We need to love more. We need more peace, not this rest in power bullshit, okay, that's causing a lot of harm on the streets, in my opinion. You know, there's a lot of people thinking twisted ways. They don't even realize it, okay? So again, guys, follow me on the Twitter. You can also support me over on Rockfin and the documentary films. If you haven't seen my films, Fabled Enemies and Loose Change Final Cut, and you don't understand what's really going on with 9/11, you need to. You need to. Okay? Please check them out. Please check them out. And then if you want to see what's going on today, again, Invisible Empire's 10 years old. Excuse me. Shade is 7. They talked about this Track Trace Database Society a long, long time ago. So guys, again, I want to apologize. I had to do this video twice. The other one was a little bit different, but hey, we'll never know because the audio wasn't on the entire time and it recorded with no audio as well. So I love you, and I'll see you on the flip. Thanks for joining me.